Alright, I've made this video a few times and I keep erasing it because it's too long-winded. I'm gonna try to sum this up the best I can. I watched a video on Shaking My Head Productions and it was a warning of a false flag event in Seattle. And the guy had all these points he was making of why he thinks this, and he was comparing it to other style evidences that have come to fruition. So now he was describing it, and it made me think of the way he was describing it. Made me think of, he said it was a new weapon that was going to be possibly unveiled to do this sort of an event, and the only thing that I could think that would be something like that would be an asteroid. And if you see anything about asteroids, I always think about it being fake, like a false indoctrination. And how would you do that? You need something that is called a railgun. And a railgun takes magnetic rails and it pulls a catapult, like, in a way, and it launches things straight up. And the thing that I thought was so amazing about that is if you take a ball of magnesium, light it, and then shoot it through something like that, it'll go about 20 miles. And that's what you see when you see these webcams and these things like dash cams recording these things. Is just a ball of magnesium burning through the atmosphere, burning through the air. It never lands anywhere that anybody's ever seen it. It never leaves craters. It never does any damage. Yet NASA constantly is warning about these kinds of events, and I'll show you. And the thing that scares me the most is if you look at recent news. Now that I've watched this, I did a little checking on just looking at natural things, volcanoes, Ebola, looking at all these different kinds of angles. And then asteroids had so much information on it in the last few days, the last few weeks, all year long. And they had a convention that actually was all about a scenario. They wanted to see what would happen if some sort of a scenario happened. What would go on? What would they do? It was like a pre-planning. And now, just in the last 2 or 3 days, NASA has been green-lighted for a NEO camera and a defense network they're trying to put up also. And then you see the Trump Space Force he wants to put forward. And these things are starting to look, the more I look into it, the creepier this is creeping me out thinking about it and looking at it. And the way, I'm just going to say, you got to watch this guy's video. And it's not like it's anything that we can prove. And it's not like, the only thing that can stop a false flag event is that if people know about a false flag event. The more that know about it, there comes a cutoff point where they'll say, shut it down. We're going to move it somewhere else. We'll do it another time. So the guy makes a good point. If you share the information, it could possibly save the situation. If it comes to pass, you've put the warning down. If it doesn't come to pass, they've shut it down. That's a good thing. If it's just, if it's nothing, then you've just shared nothing. So if in the whole realm of it all, I'd rather be on the sharing side than the non-sharing side. So, and now that they're doing the sacrifices in Jerusalem, they did it yesterday. I think that they're going to want to push some sort of a Sodom and Gomorrah type scenario that's going to help enforce the Noahide laws they're trying to push, but then they can also grab a hold of the science community at the same time. And who knows, down the line, they can start pushing one thing or the other, and they can make the two formed sides and division. So I'm going to cut this short. This has come out a lot better than I thought it would, and I'm going to cut it off now. If anybody's got any kind of comments or any kind of information they want to share, but I'm going to put links in the description. You guys check it out. All right? See ya.